Adventurers, welcome!
If you seek danger, exploration, and discovery,
climb through caverns, fumble through forests, hide through hillsides, jump through jungles, traipse through tombs, and wander through wetlands.
sail the several seas of Sapientia to expose its secrets.
Search for its long-forgotten islands and lost civilizations.
Travel from taiga to tundra, charting the polar regions. Battle ocean piracy.
Or perhaps plunder as pirates yourselves, scallywags. Will you find fortune or meet monsters? Both are likely.
I prefer to use or adapt pre-existing playtested adventure modules for my campaigns. For that open world feel, I'll run several concurrently, with some side quests handy. My players may notice that the fantasy world is as chaotic as the real world, but my goal is to ensure an enjoyable experience throughout. I try to balance narrative, encounters, challenges, and rewards. My group should expect, number 1, the classic dungeon delve. From tiny tents to multi-level mazes, dungeons aren't just where Slytherin students sleep. 2, loads of dungeon maps of all shapes and sizes. 3, from villagers to rats and cellars, not every encounter is bad, and not every baddie wants to fight. Negotiate, bribe, or smack 'em all to bits. Your choice. But remember, your choices have fantasy world consequences. 4, I prefer the precision of maps during combat, when I have time to prepare them. 5, quick-paced combat. I employ several techniques to make combat less tedious. It speeds up once you get into the swing of things. 6, hex terrain maps. Wandering around in the wilderness? That sounds dangerous! There's a map for that. 7, treasure. Why risk with no reward? Someone's gotta keep the candles on, bring home the dragon meat, keep the wolves from the door. Haven't heard that one. While they guard the gate, hold down the citadel, hold down the castle, hold down the fortress. 8, treasure maps. X always marks the spot, except when it needs 10 or represents the Greek letter chi. 9, the occasional assortment of puzzles or strategy. 10, maps with secret doors, traps, and treasure. Chi. One unique thing about my group is I plan to run shorter adventures with tighter stories, leveling at a different pace than the other groups. Instead of a 3-year campaign, I ask players to commit to a shorter duration. To start, the first term should span 2 trimesters, 8 months, or 7 to 8 sessions, in sync with substance trimesters. X as in experimental. I tread lighter on the rules than some do, which is surprising given my personality. Story, gameplay, and enjoyment are more important to me. Although we'll follow 5th edition, 2014, I may borrow rules from other systems like Pathfinder. Magic may work differently in the morning versus the afternoon. Rolling an 18 might score a critical hit. I try to be clear and upfront about rules deviations, and I encourage respectful feedback and collaboration. And finally, why? Why do I live so far away from everyone else? So I'm opening my door to Southside folks and anyone willing to make the drive. Stop by Valley Fair on your way home.